morning, happy Friday. How's your week going so far? Welcome to this week's edition of the Pitstop, where we, the Pit Crew, we are here to talk about sim racing and everything going on. Always happy Friday, everybody. Excited about the weekend. I have some fun things going on. I have some family things going on. Lots of Simpit stuff to talk about today. Not a lot of sim racing news. A few things I do want to talk about, so there is some news out there, but kind of a slow news day. So I figured, hey, let's make today just about hanging out and having a good time as much as anything else. So what is going on in your guys' world? How are your weeks so far? How is your sim racing world going? Any of you join in on the PAX challenge? I'm going to show some screenshots of the guys who did post things. So yeah, okay, so we do have a change of scenery. I'm going to show some things going on here in the studio here in a bit towards the end of after the news. We're going to get to the Simpet. But yes, check out my new snazzy seat. Look at that. I didn't shrink. This is just a gigantic seat that I'm sitting in here. This is the new Sparco Circuit 2. I think it's the Sparco Circuit 2 racing seat. Dedicated, real FIA approved racing seat that I'm sitting in. So it looks like Dr. Evil. I wish I had a little electric controller. The rig itself is on wheels, but I can't control it from where I'm sitting. So anyway, good observation out there. How are you guys? What are your guys' thoughts on this? For at least the last year, a little longer probably, have been doing the pit stops sitting in a rig. At one point, I did use a desktop, like a David Letterman style desktop, to present the news. What are your thoughts there? Is that something that I should go back to? No, well, I think it's a little of both. This is a giant seat, and I am not the largest person in the world. Hey, Amir, you have the same seat. Awesome. So what I'm noticing about this seat, in general, I don't mind doing this right now, but, you could argue, Sonic, you like the desk. Thank you. It could be camera positioning. Maybe I need to move my camera to right here. It would probably wiggle quite a bit when I race, though. Reclining seats versus fixed position, aka racing seats. That is a great topic right there. Tom, that's a great observation. Not only that, but this has the helmet protectors. These giant things right here are here to make it so that your neck doesn't get snapped, to protect you from slamming your head into things or going too far. You really, really don't need those for sim racing. And that's another thing, because a lot of the common seats now are going to fixed racing seats, and I think they have their pros and their cons. I mean, obviously, this is the seated position that the racing car wants you to be in. So many people are racing now either with real-life careers in real-life cars simultaneously, or with aspirations to get there. Tofi, you're right. With the VR helmet, you would be very restricted. The cord could go through the the seatbelt loops for sure. But do you like having a reclinability? So when I first got in this, I thought, oh, this is really upright for me. I really like recline. And I was actually having a hard time sitting back all the way into the seat. And then I noticed that with time, I started to sort of sink into it better. And now I'm in a pretty good position. I don't know if it's the best for doing the show. I don't know if it's the best for, I have my keyboard and mouse right here. I don't know if it's the best for that. My lighting's all messed up, by the way. So, yeah, anyway, that's something but I am really comfortable at the same time. It's just, it'd be nice to be able to recline. Oh, Max likes the seat. What's up, Max? You loving the seat? All right, enough of that chit-chat. Patty whack, give your dog a bone. It is easier to sleep with a recline seat for sure. All right, so I have been following Test Drive Unlimited. So just so you know, Friday morning I open up my Firefox. The only reason I use Firefox is because I have about 40 websites already selected as my home page. So it brings up 40 tabs, 40 pages, all the things that I'm following. Yeah, we need to bring back the Max Cam, except he didn't come in here. He's out there analyzing the barking. One of the things that I started following because of you guys, somebody out there said, hey, you guys don't talk about Test Drive Unlimited. There's a new one coming, and that was true. And years later, we finally get this. So let me hit play. Let's see what our audio is doing. I don't hear any audio. Do you hear audio? I don't hear any audio. Well, just as well. Where is my audio? I'm going to work on that real quick. No, I'm still not seeing my audio. Give me one moment, you guys. Okay, that was very loud for me. I don't know about you guys. Sorry. Wow. I did that to you guys last year. Last week. I think you guys were okay, but I got the worst of that. Whew. Anyway, did you see it? I was too busy checking out the audio. But, you know, Test Drive. This is one of the original games when it comes to real open world driving. You think now Grand Theft Auto might be the king. You heard my head? That blasted me royale. Anyway, you know, the big quote here. Place your chips on the table and go all in with your style, leave nothing to chance and settle your disputes on the streets. Brand new Test Drive Unlimited keeps the DNA from the first games and revamps it for modern era. So this is, yeah, so you're gonna, you know, PS4, you say that. This is one of those games that you had some people who were raging fans of the franchise or the game, and then you had people who are just like, eh. And then it's like version 1, version 2. So they use some key wording here that we've seen paralleled in other Sims, other games coming out in time. But they talk about original roots, right? The DNA of the first game. So to you specifically, the first one was good. In their quote, the DNA of the first games. Anyway, Solar Crown, it's going to be in Hong Kong, is what I've heard. I'm not sure if that was displayed here. I better not play more audio of that. We've probably played enough of that. I don't know. I mean, they're really playing in on this whole betting and gambling, which, again, I think of Grand Theft Auto has really kind of set a new bar or standard for this. I mean, can you imagine if Grand Theft Auto were to divert all their energy into making this game here? Who do you think would do a better job of it? In all fairness, if Grand Theft Auto got rid of half of the stuff and turned or made a version of that exact game emulating more of this, who would be better? Yeah, I don't know. All right, moving along. In iRacing, Lionel Pernia wraps up the eNASCAR International Racing Series with a Daytona win, so congratulations to him. Fun for all. Nitro Circus League Summer Series opens with 4 rounds of wheel-to-wheel action. With 5 pairs of Nitro Circus You Got This Tour tickets and a total of $100 in iRacing credits on the line, the Nitro Circus League Summer Series kicks off on Tuesday night. Going way, way, way back in time, thinking back to, conversations we've had with like Billy Strange. And when were the events and the prize money events for the common folk going to arrive? Sure, we had big money for the biggest stars, but when was it going to have some trickle down? This is exactly what we're talking about. With this kind of a prize, you're not going to have the big boys coming into it. You're going to have some really fast guys, but this is one of those next level, amateur level type events. So if you're looking for some fun, you can check this out as well. Pro Tour, Nitro Circus. So let's see here. Nitro Circus, Tuesday nights, league is open to all drivers. Interested competitors may click here to register. Each series champion wins 2 You Got This Tour tickets and $25 in iRacing credits. With additional tour tickets on the line, best paint scheme, loudest cheering section on Twitch, and further tickets and iRacing credits on the line via random draw. So kind of cool. Dates. This was just posted yesterday. We can go to the register. You guys can go to the register. It's at the bottom of the link. It's in that article here at the iRacing news section. I also saw it on the Twitter page as well. Atlanta Motor Speedway bringing in the next generation with a track reprofile. Following the July 11th Quaker State 400 presented by Walmart, AMS will break ground on a historic project to create the next generation of Atlanta Motor Speedway and the first of its kind all-new race experience in 2022. I think you're going to see more and more of this going on at NASCAR tracks, by the way. I heard a rumor that they are breaking ground on California Speedway, and they are tearing down the oval, and I heard, are building like a half-mile oval in its place. Now, I can't confirm or deny this. This is rumor, but I know somebody who works at the karting track there who was telling me this, that they got notice that there can be some stuff going on, like, immediately. Anyway, the construction is slated to begin the beginning of July 11th following the race. Our partners at Speedway, where's the... Anyway, yeah, we're going to see more of that. Sorry, you guys. Sorry, little space cadet there. Here's an article that totally taps into what we've been talking about so many times throughout the years on this show and various other things that we've done here. Racer Magazine. And I saw this on my newsfeed on my phone. I think Tofi sent it in through the Pitcrew. Yeah, Tofi. Thank you, Tofi. Anyway, here's an article that goes on to talk. They designed it with iRacing. Thank you, Steven. Thank you. And they sold a bunch of land. Wow. This article here goes on to talk about how years and years ago, if you wanted the NASCAR franchise name, or you wanted, certain marquee automakers in your game, that you were going to write $1 million check in order to get it. At least $1 million. And now, fast forward a few decades of sim racing, even just look at the difference in the last 5 years. But now, iRacing has to turn away companies that want affiliation with them. So as a new series or car come to them and say, hey, we want to be in your game, there's almost a waiting list or a pecking order in order to get your way and find your way into some of the games now. And this is the thing that we've talked about, the benefit of what's been going on as sim racing has gained so much market share and so much exposure of the esport world, so much of the limelight, I dare say, of even the real life racing world, because I'm sure there are some amateur racing series out there that are jealous of the prize money and the attention that sim racing is getting. Anyway, yeah, no, Elon, we don't want your Tesla in our sim. Well played, Tom. So anyway, a cool article there at Racer if you want to check it out. Lamborghini Real Race is going on at Assetto Corsa Competizione. And they had a post there on their Twitter page reminding you to go check that out. That's all I got on that. Here we go, dates. So the qualifying for the event is between the 5th and the 11th. Closes on the 12th with race day on the 13th. First event being Monza. So basically anybody is eligible. You can register right here. You go post your qualifying laps, and qualifying ends on the 11th. Experience a unique competition where you can go from virtual to the real track. This is the second time, I believe the second time they've done this particular real race event with this prize. Trying to remember who we saw. We saw pictures. We showed it on the pit stop. Guy got his drive in it. I'll explain. Wait, let's get that disclaimer ready. Excuse me, and we'll take a swig of coffee. All right, where's the disclaimer? All right. A unique competition where you go from virtual to real track. For the second season, Lamborghini will invite the top driver from each region to an all-expenses-paid experience at the company headquarters in Sant'Agata Bolognese, Italy. I think we can get through the rest of it. The experience will include a VIP tour of the factory, which will give the top 3 players the opportunity to immerse themselves in the heart of the brand, Lamborghini. Anyway, that's going on. Register here. Here are all of the events going on through November, by the way. Yeah, so Amir, that's a really, really great point. Amir says, you can see the writing on the wall. Sim racing is growing in popularity while motorsport is on a decline. Real companies are now chasing sim titles. And you know, we've said this and talked about this, and this is part of the story. I mean, and funny enough, Tom Jones mentioned Elon Musk and the electric car. I mean, just an all realistic thought of evolution. Doesn't it seem like we'll eventually be on non-fuel burning cars, gasoline? Now, I'm not even saying there'll be electric cars, but, you know, you look at it, you know, hovercraft, whatever. I don't know what it'll be. I'm just saying the conventional racing is on the decline because it's riding the back of an industry that its days are numbered. And I'm not saying tomorrow, and I'm not saying 10 years. I'm not even forecasting, but I think it's safe to say that eventually that will go away, and with it, that form of conventional racing. Now, you look at Formula E, and you think, okay, well, is it going to be electric cars? You look at the hybrid supercars of today. Is it going to be a hybrid car? Is it going to be something beyond that? I mean, we say electric, but I don't know. Maybe there'll be hydrogen. Maybe at some point we'll get away from rubber tires. I mean, look at the drones and how far drones and drone capability could come in small amounts of time. So right now, sim racing is one of the viable options. Because let's face it, you know, the old age saying, when was racing invented? When was racing invented? The second they built the second car, right? I mean, it was built the second they built a second bike. It is so inherent in mankind to race, whether it's on foot, on horse, on car, on skateboards, they'll race hang gliders. We race anything, and that's our nature. We love to do it, no matter what it is. Automobile, motorsport type racing. Would you accept? Okay, I mean, like they race airplanes. Would you accept anything that had a propulsion system as a form of motorsport? Because when we leave behind gas engines, will anything do? So again, if it was a drone that held a human, if it was a smaller aircraft that was more maneuverable somehow, if it was a hovercraft, you think of Rogue One, or if that's the right movie. Sim racing right now, to an extent, represents that. I don't think it's the future of motorsport, is the moral of my topic on this. I don't. I think it could be a placeholder. I think it could be a nice transition. I think it can be the new flavor, the new smell, a new attention to a younger audience to maybe help keep real-life motorsport going. I don't know. Right now, I'd say the world does not accept Formula E as a replacement. However, my guess is give it another few years of technology and put the likes of the real Formula One guys in that car, and I'm not so sure it will be rejected in the next 3, 5, 10 years. So, all right, well, that was a nice little sidetrack. Woo! Went down that rabbit hole chasing that carrot. Yeah, you'd think there are a lot of automotive companies who, and I saw your guys' comments during this. A lot of car companies, a lot of nations, a lot of regions have committed to full electric vehicle. Now, I'm not sure that's the right answer as much as if that's where you want. Well, I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know. I don't get into it. I often think I'd love to see them downsize cars to more like a golf cart type vehicle, so that it can be so much lighter, so much more efficient. Because really, a car is really just to get to work and back, to get to the store and back. So if we really want to be efficient, why do our cars weigh 2 tons? That's as far as I'll go in politics. All right, so this is a cool video by Random Call Sign. A lot of you still hang on to and play Assetto Corsa. Video here already has 13,000 views by Random Call Sign. And in this video, he is showing you how to make Assetto Corsa photorealistic. And I'm going to mute it, even though we probably won't get in trouble for doing that. But he literally shows you before and after shots throughout the video. Oh, there's a great representation. And getting, you know, when I think of photorealistic, I think of Gran Turismo, of course. So, there you go. I think, I don't know, PS4, I don't know where electric vehicles currently have the records, but by all principle, there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to have the record at any and every scenario that you could ever imagine. It's just, I mean, yeah, it's there is no real cap on what you can do. And to an extent, I think we've learned that there is a limitation on a combustion motor, you know? And this is really a fair conversation. If you really want to talk about why eventually we will not use gas combustion engines, well, because there are so many other ways to create more horsepower more efficiently at this point in time. That's the bottom line. There's nothing about it other than the sound and the smell. And it is so perfectly designed for its usage as well. No, you're right there, Joa. No, they cannot. No, they cannot, as of today. As of today. Now, is that so if we were to switch the topic to flight, so there was that solar plane that went around the world. Now, I know they could only fly at night so often or whatever, but did that break a record that could have never been done by a combustion motor? Did it not break it? So one of the things that I have been speculating in my thinking of futuristic world, I don't know why the batteries are in the car. So when they really, really do want to go fast with an electric car, you know, my telephone has a magnetic charger. I know that even in my home, I can get things to charge from, you know, as much as this distance. If they electrified the track and took the batteries out of cars, bam. You know, we've had, you know, cable cars. We've had, you know, the trains with the overhead electric attachments. I mean, I was running around in bumper cars, electric-powered bumper cars when I was, you know, a child, a small child. Yeah, and Tom, that's the other thing. Solar. When is solar going to get there? Solar will eventually get to a certain level as well. Yeah, but look at how efficient it would be. Right now, the whole problem, the biggest problem to electric-powered vehicles... Wow, we are not even talking sim racing, are we? The biggest problem with electric vehicles is the battery. So, as Joe has said, they can't beat They could beat a speed record, and maybe you could even beat an efficiency record using solar at the most minimalistic level. But you can't have both with electric right now. So, really, the battery is the problem. The battery is the biggest and only problem for it. So, if you were to build a modern city today, you'd be a fool to build conventional roads, in my mind. If you were to build a city out of nowhere, a modern city, you'd build electrified roads and vehicles that had motors and no batteries, or a very, very small battery. Yes, thank you. And Sonic, that's the other point to my whole thinking here is, yeah, and these powered roads could be solar as well, being that they have that much real estate. Oh, absolutely, Terry. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I gotta. Yes, I acknowledge your comment. I gotta. Battery tech has come a very, very long way. So yes. All right. On with the show. Great topic. Yeah, that's too bad, Heiko. And maybe it'll be something that you don't think of. Like maybe it'll be going away from digital cells in some way, shape, or form, or combining, or I don't know. There's so many ways to capture that energy, and I'm not sure they do it as best as can be done. We're still young. We're so young. You know, that's the other thing. The combustion motor at this point is what, 140 years into development? When was the combustion motor invented? I'm guessing like 1880. If someone can fact check that, that would be awesome. Think about how far and how many years of development that system has had to get where we are. What about when you give just electric concept through so many different methods? I mean, we haven't even talked about hydrogen fuel cells. So yeah, I hey, you know, I told you at the very beginning of the show there wasn't a whole lot of sim racing news, and that today we are just going to have some fun, have a Friday party, hang out as the pit crew, and talk about whatever. So, as much as we kind of stopped the rabbit hole edition of the pit stop to an extent, this is awesome. So, Tom Jones, I think we have to an extent almost perfected them. But even then, you can only say that computer controls on the combustion engine have only been around for 40 years. 1850, 1860? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, 160 years of development. Nah, we'll still be under an hour, Brad. There's not a whole lot, and I am going to move it along. But this is relevant. And this ties back to this. Because, again, the writing is on the wall for combustion motors. So, when you look at Formula One, you look at NASCAR, what is NASCAR going to do? You know, and you know the United States will be the last holdout for the combustion engine in all of the world. But what's NASCAR going to do to go modern when that is? And what is the timeline? What is the real timeline? You know, hydrogen cell is combustion, right? It's a hydrogen cell. It's like a electric hybrid, like correct me if I'm wrong, Sonic. A hydrogen cell is sort of like a hybrid, using the hydrogen cell like the battery pack to an extent, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not super knowledgeable in these ways, but I do feel so XR8, but everywhere that yes, heat is a problem, but heat can be used. Heat is an energy as well. So it's just a matter of where you can do things most efficiently. 5 years for NASCAR? You think it's that short, Joa? You think within 5 years there will be an electric NASCAR? Can we put a bet in Vegas on such a thing? Timeline is 2050. In EU, no combustion cars after 2030. In UK, after 2024. So 2024 is in 3 years. So does that mean that they're not going to allow Formula One to come race there, or will there be a racing exemption? And how long will that go on? Needs to be dissipated. You can't reuse it. Fair enough. Splits water into hydrogen and oxygen, and then burns the hydrogen and expels the oxygen. Yeah, NASCAR's just getting to fuel injection. How are they going to be electric in 5 years? Okay, so Formula One's approach was to introduce Formula E. When will NASCAR create a NASCAR E series and maybe bring in some veteran drivers or guys who are going to retire, but they're going to go retire into this new series, bring in some rookies with some money? Maybe that's in 5 years. NASCAR. NASCAR. All right, on with the show. Next round of the GTO, or in that GTO, did I get that wrong? The GT World Championship Esport Competition, the SRO. There's my crisscross. 3 days, 26 minutes until Misano Hot Lap qualifying. So if you're looking for entertainment over the weekend, that's always exciting and big. R Factor this month. Oh, it's their competition system blog, week number 18 of that. Next gen F1 engines in 2026 will go even further electric. Okay. So do you just basically have just a little motor turning a generator? Is that what you mean? So you have the small. You basically have a generator running. So or a small motor hooked up to an alternator with a little fuel tank. Is that what you mean? Yes, turbos create heat. Absolutely. They use heat. Yeah, turbo creates heat, uses air. In real life, Mario Kart. Tofi, that was the direction that Formula E was headed with their special power-up sections. Tom Jones, I don't know, because that's how a diesel engine runs. So and I'm no engineer, but as soon as they started going to the hybrid, I was wondering, why don't they run it like a locomotive and have a generator creating enough electricity to keep the batteries topped off, and then have the batteries running 100%, which, electric motors offer incredibly great braking too. That's the other thing. And yeah, and that can be regenerated as well. All right. The next edition of the R Factor competition system blog. That's all we got from them this week. In addition to that, they are introducing their Formula Series 2021. So we already showed off the Formula Pro car. Me and Mitchie did that. Anyway, their new Pro Challenge. So for drivers and teams, get ready for the Formula Pro and Formula Challenge series. Just like the GT series, this will be a recurring R Factor series. The best teams will compete for the title in Formula Pro with over $25,000 in prize money. Formula Challenge is the place to hone your skills, rise to the top, and claim a seat in the Formula Pro Season 2. So sort of a multi-tier. Formula Pro team-based, $25,000 in prize money. Calendar is right here. Boom. And we've seen and talked about the GT version, basically using that new Formula Pro car. And then the Formula Challenge, driver-based versus team-based. And there's the schedule right there. That's about it. There's our specs on that Formula car as I catch up with your chat. My battery's going. Well, that happened in Formula E all the time. That was part of the drama of Formula E, is people losing peak battery power. Hamster on the wheel. Okay. What they really need to do, all these lunatics running bikes at, fitness centers across the world, they need to hook all those things up to a power grid. I just kind of wonder, all of the people riding on little indoor cycles at this point, if you could generate that power, that's at least a version of the Matrix that allows mankind to keep moving forward instead of us literally being the battery. Well, how about we at least get to watch TV and hang out and flirt with girls while we ride bikes and create energy? Tom Jones, I watch every edition. If you would like to know what happened today, was a very historic day in the Tour de France. And don't spoil it. I'm not going to say what happened. Don't spoil it. Anyway, about an hour ago, F1 did their F1 2021 launch trailer. This just played an hour ago. It was premiered right before the show. See? Whoop. Whoop. Hey. Alright. Devin, how much of this can I play? They won't give us it. Will we get in trouble? No, Tofi, I've watched almost every minute. In fact, I can hear it on. It plays all day long on my main TV. Yeah, because it's Formula One. Anyway, you can check it out yourself. This was the launch trailer showing off that breaking. I can't remember their whole motto. What was their motto? Hold on. Breaking point. That's it. Anyway, that premiered about an hour ago, and you can check it out. Kat, yeah, they're notoriously bad for it. So, and speaking of bad for it, IGN, I saw this on my phone as well, and this was sent in. Who sent this one in? This is also from Tofi. IGN, Codemasters leadership departs 4 months after EA acquisition. So supposedly it was in the plans from the very beginning, but this is one of those things. This is one of those areas where you just gotta kind of wonder, though. And when I'm such a cynic when it comes to what's going on in our industry right now. And I will admit, I am cynical about what's going on in our industry. So when these acquisitions are happening left and right, and I think, is this really for the better good of anybody? No, I doubt it very much. Anyway, so if they're so happy with the way Codemasters have been doing with their franchises, then why do the top two leave? And 4 months is hardly enough time to even transition adequately, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to maintain my cynical attitude until I see what EA... that's the other thing. This is EA. God, EA. Oh, I can't even hold back. It's like, really? Really? God, couldn't they have just left our world alone? You guys took your shot and had your chance and you sucked. So how about you just stay away from it? Anyway, I am not happy about this. I know it was part of the plan. It just doesn't make it feel better. I think that's it. Joa. I know, and even in this article, they go on to say this was part of the plan. I don't know if the exact timing of 4 months was part of the original plan, but regardless, I just think, when I had an uncle who had his company get acquired, and they kept him around a lot longer than that to make sure they understood the inner workings of the company they have now own. Anyway, I don't, EA, I used to be the biggest fan of EA there was. EA, it's in the game. Turned into EA, it's really lame. And they've done nothing since to change my mind, and this one just is a kick in the you-know-what. All right, Gran Turismo just 2 days ago until their championship. So again, we have a big weekend. We have a lot of things going on the weekend for you to check out. So, we have the SRO eSport event, and in addition to that, we have the Gran Turismo Finals World Championships, Nations Cup, GT, Manufacturers Cup. Rita had an update to the update to the update. 1.2.1.4 is now live. One more complimentary update, hopefully addressing recent conflicts with the latest versions of Logitech G-Hub and users of related hardware. Full changelog here. So there are a couple updates, the big updates. I know, Joa, I just asked myself out, didn't I? Or isn't this a wonderful opportunity to win me over? Now, I noticed that they didn't send me a copy of 2021. So, Race Room, they've got, this is cool. So, do you enjoy being creative? Win lifelong free access to Race Room content in our video contest. With the new replay features now released because their new UI and all the force feedback update. Race Room has gone through a gigantic change. I need to do some Race Room as soon as I free up some time. I'll talk about why I have no time here in a moment. But with the new replay features, rules and submissions. So if you follow that, you come to here. Video win free access. So all you do is you go to this thread here, which was so let me take you through the story. We're at the Twitter page of Race Room. You go to this link, which is on the post here. And if you want to have some fun. Make a little cool Race Room video. Submit your video here. Get the guys on our Discord to go vote. Participation open to all Race Room users. 1 video per user. Prizes, videos must be at least 60 seconds long. Videos must comply with YouTube's terms of service. Better than ever in 2021. That's the theme of the contest. Anyway, I highly recommend doing it. Win lifetime content. Thrustmaster having a contest as well through Next Level Racing. So to celebrate, to celebrate the new Ferrari SF1000 Edition product launch, we have partnered with Thrustmaster to challenge the community. Enter for a chance to win a racing cockpit by doing the following. You must complete the following steps in the image to enter. And here we go. How to enter. Set your fastest time around Monza with the Ferrari Formula Racing car on F1 2020. Comment on this post with a photo of your lap time showing time under 120. Car and track, reshare this post and tag. Anyway, if you want to win a rig and a Formula Wheel add-on, you can win a Next Level FGT, a Thrustmaster TX Racing Wheel, Leather Edition with the Formula Wheel add-on SF1000 Edition. Pretty badass prize. So, all you got to do is beat a 120 in F1 2020 at Monza. Bada bing. Why is this here? Why is this here? I somehow missed. I don't know how this. All right. On with the show. Oh, so Euro Truck. They had that contest, the painting thing. So this is cool. This is at their Steam page, by the way. So if you go to their Steam for Euro Truck, you will see the Evolution Design Contest winner reveal. So here are some of their final entries, and bada bing. This is the winning contest. That is a cool looking paint scheme, isn't it? Hell yeah! They should make a race truck version of that. Damn straight. Call the fire department. Anyway, Alex. Looks like... Wait. Is this the winner? Wait, where's the winner? Oh, 2-hour event. That was the... I told you that was going on. So I don't know if you guys watch it. Alright, moving right along. We're actually almost done with the news. Have a few things. Few sim rigs. Lots of Simpit business. Check this out. BMW... with their new concept of a gaming chair. Now, this is not for sim racing, but this is BMW at it once again, just trying to blow people away. Thank you, Alesh, for sending this in. I appreciate that, by the way. Look at this cool chair. Dun, dun, dun! Anyone got any idea on the price here? Do we have a price on this thing? It's got RGB lighting. That's one thing. We talked about this chair, and I might have to do it myself. I might have to take this on. I want speakers. I want to tear apart a set of decent headphones. You guys tell me, is it better to do this, or is it better to buy some small speakers and put them in the headrests? I want speakers installed. If I'm going to have these, I want speakers on them. All right. Yeah, but David, it's all because we party. That's why. Party people. All right. Check out some sim rigs. Zach Baud. It's amazing what a few days off and being a cheapskate can accomplish. I applaud you on this homemade design. I'm assuming that's homemade. He said he's a cheapskate, but you are very handy with tools. So I'm impressed. Nice looking rig there. Maybe inspiration for somebody else. And this was posted by Axes31. First day with the new cockpit. First day with the new cockpit, and I already ran over a cat. Okay, individual speakers. So I have to find a decent pair of mini speakers. Joa, from you, perhaps. Speakers. No, not cheap. So, okay, so that'll be the next thing. We'll get to what this is here in a second. Just a minute. But we are going to do that. We're going to do that. But I need you guys to help me find the perfect speakers. 3 inches. It has to be 2 inches would be better. Yeah, well played, huh, Heiko? Well played. This cracked me up. Letterhead Heavy, 1969. Look at this. The Harry Potter. This is a Harry Potter. Well, it's not under the stairs, but... yes, okay. Closet Simrig finally complete. Small spaces need small space solutions. Indeed I do, Heiko. This by Kubin 08. His DIY handbrake and sequential shifter. It doesn't have to be fancy, guys. It just has to work. And then finally we've got this. Bat you with products. Sup guys, first time I made an all-wood beginner rig. What do you think? I'm going to buy a new load cell pedals. Any recommendations? Oh. All right, moving right along. Climber. David Climber. David, buy another wheel climber. David Climber says you don't need to buy a bunch of fancy wheels. You just need to buy a bunch of fancy wheel rims and a good wheel hub. I built my own wheel hub. I know exactly what he's talking about. You look at the wheel I did was just basically building my own wheel hub. Buttons and shifter paddles, and then bolt on whatever wheel. That's David Clymer's selection of wheel rims on their own. Yeah, and the chicken head. The chicken. There's the chicken. There it is. Boom. All right. And finally, Sim Boots. Just yesterday, we released this video. This is Custom Sim Booties IMB Racewear SBC1 Sim Boot review. Just had those come out. I've been racing in these and enjoying having boots that match my gloves. So I'm feeling like a pro esport guy, even though I'm like a 69 percentile driver, 70% maybe. And I'll show you how I know that to be a fact. Beyond that, what else? Devin Booth today. We will be releasing tonight. It's out there for our patron only. There's David. Oh, wait, no, that's not David. You're commenting on Clymer. There's Devin Booth. Devin Booth got himself a pair of Willwood arms. No, these are the Ricmotech Real Gear pedals. And right now, it is there for preview for our patron group. So tonight, that video should go live tonight for all of you to see if you're not part of our patron group. Anyway, really, really great effort by Devin. First, we saw that history of video by Devin, and now a review. And what's so awesome is you can totally see the generational difference. You know, I think I do a good review. I really do think I do a good review. And at the same time, I do a review that's maybe dated 15 years as long as I've been doing it. The styling, my approach, everything I do. And I'm not going to say that I don't love it. I do love it. But I love the way the younger generation does things. And proof is in the pudding. You'll be able to see that tonight. Devin Booth's great effort. Oh, what's going on? What am I sitting in? This right here is the new RC P1 chassis. Look at this rig. This is my new rig, guys. I put it together. I'm driving on it, but it's actually next review, to be honest with you. This is the seat that I am sitting in right now. And this is my main rig, and you wouldn't believe the size. Well, you can see them there. You can see a little teaser. The monitors in front of me. There is my rig from another angle, all decked out with the SimiCube 2 and a set of Ricmotech. Speak of Ricmotech Real Gear pedals. But yeah, just been getting this rig dialed in. And there you can see everything in its full luster. I even have my button box and tablet on it in this photo. Yeah, Devin Booth talking about his next effort. Yeah, exactly, Terry. But sometimes you got to try on that new pair, right? Because your kids kind of still make fun of you for wearing Buttonfly 501. They're like, come on, Dad, it's 2021. Anyway, I am in love with this rig, you guys. I'm not to let the cat out of the bag, but I am in love with this rig. I am really enjoying my time here. So, took a little getting used to being in this seat, but oh yeah, and it's in Simpit orange and black. It's so awesome. Anyway, not to be outshadowed or shadowed by, but also going on, and look at that slick beast here. That is the Overpower. Remember we did the interview with Ollie Pakala of eSport fame, of Team Redline fame, one of the greatest sim racing drivers in all the land. Anyway, Ollie Pakala is with Overpower, and they make this incredible Formula-style rig. And this was the most intricate rig that I've ever put together, and in the end, it was maybe the most tunable or tailorable. It's amazing how many adjustments it has and how much you can do to change its configuration. Anyway, we're going to do the Overpower rig followed by the R-Seat rig, and that's why I've been really backed up. And that takes me to other stuff going on. I've teased it, so are you still here, Peter? Peter, are you still here? Peter Pineapple Grips sent me, and I have not seen these yet. So we're going to kind of do a quick on-the-fly live unboxing of Pineapple Grips. I told you they're on the way. A couple pairs actually on their way. This is the first set. And I thought, well, what the heck? Let's check them out. These are the grips. So Fanatic, you know, the clubs, if you have an old Club Sport formula rim like I do. I have an OG formula rim. And the grips are tired. I gotta tell you, it's a great wheel, but the grips... Oh, Peter, here you are. All right, here it goes, buddy. So anyway, here we go. Right out of the envelope, out of the packaging. These are the recovered Fanatic grips in dark red faux leather. So check this out, you guys. Boom, boom, boom. How awesome is that? How cool is that? Look at this. These are going to go. These are the direct replacement. So this is an original set of Fanatic grips taken off the wheel, recovered in this awesome... you know what? I cannot believe this is faux leather, by the way. This totally feels like that real perforated leather. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to be putting these on. We got that coming up soon as well. Comes with the screws to get the job done. And a nice letter here on reaching out if we need any help. Peter, I'm going to get on this as soon as I possibly can. So I'm very excited about these. He's also going to send me, so this is the regrip. Again, like this is a core. So I'm actually going to pull my grips off and send them back to Peter, who's going to then re-grip them for a giveaway, actually. A charity auction, I believe, is what we're going to do with that pair. And then he's also sending a pair of the manufactured ones, so a 3D printed variation with a covering on it as well. So we're going to test it all out, put them all on, and oh man, these are really, can I say sexy? Is that okay, or is that a weird word to use on the show? These are sexy. This color is awesome. Oh, I'm really excited. This is going to look great on that rim, and it's going to completely modernize a very dated rim. I mean, I have had that formula rim for, what, 10 years? So that's going to be really, really nice. All right. What else is going on? What else, you guys? That was fun. Thank you, Peter. All right, what else? Simpet. All right. Yeah, we'll accept cookies from the Simpet. Few things. Oh, we're going to cross over the hour. I really didn't want to do that. That's crazy. Go into the articles. Whoa. Oh, hey, what happened? There we go. There we go. All right, looking at our articles over at the Simpit. Don't forget, last week Amir Assad put out that practice and consistency article. So if you go to simpit.com, go to articles, you'll see this really, really great write-up that might help you. I read the article, and it really, I've been doing that PAX challenge, and I was sort of at a plateau point. And I read this article, and it really pointed out some basics that anyone can use to their advantage. So I highly recommend checking out that great article by Amir. Also, we have the Simpet Rally Clubs going on. So it's Q3, and the Simpet Rally Clubs are getting ready for their next season. So for the historic portion of the rally, they're going to run Group B cars. And for the modern version, they're going to run the up to 200cc all-wheel drive cars. And where are signups for this right now going on, Devin? Can you help me out with that? Where are we doing signups for the new Simpet Rally League? Rally clubs, I should say. And that was the final stage results last week. So did we get a champion? Did we honor our champions properly, or just announce? There we go. No, we didn't. So this is the I'm sorry, I'm a mess here. Championship standings for the Simpet Rally, and David Clymer. It looks like David Clymer. I owe you a trophy. I owe David Clymer a trophy, the champion for last season's Simpet Rally League. Devin, am I doing this right? Please help me. Make sure I'm not screwing this all up. And on the historic side of things, and you can get into our Discord channel. Devin just put a link there, and that's where you'd be able to join our rally club in the rally section there. And then looking to things over on the historic side, it was Ayrton winning the championship. I'm going to have to figure out how to contact him and do a... Hey, Clymer wants a rim-shaped trophy. Awesome, awesome. So, yeah, congratulations to the Simpet champions in that. The Road League actually had a week off last week in honor of the 4th of July. So there was no race. There is a race this weekend, Sunday at Hockenheim. Unfortunately, I have a family obligation that is not going to allow me to participate. Actually, Terry, you mentioned I did just finish the second, so our Indy Champion trophies are completed and ready to send. But I do have more trophies in the works as well. David S., you're Ayrton. I need to look at our spreadsheet. I don't know if you put your name on our spreadsheet or not. But Sunday, we'll have the race from Hockenheim. And then looking at the oval side of things, and then we will really start bringing this thing to a close. On the oval side of things where they did race last night, and we have a video. Where's the video? Where's the video? Hey, I had the video of the replay. I'm going to have to get that real quick. There was a replay of last night's race is what I'm getting at. So, last night, it was Road America. Oh, they're on the... I should have crashed the party. What was I doing? It's all these rigs. I'm buried in rigs. So, anyway, Road America last night for our NASCAR crew. And then next week, of course, they're at Atlanta. Let me real quick try to get this... thank you, Devin. They're on your reminder list for me. I just reminded myself. Here we go. And then if you go to Simpit Live, I believe is where this is. Nope, not that one. We already did that. Sorry, bear with me, you guys. That's the wrong link. Oh, that's why, Devin. That was the wrong link for the Oval League video. That's why. It was a repeat of the random call sign video. Sorry about that. Alright. So there is a video at Simpit Live of that race of our Oval guys running on the road at Road Atlanta. So the PAX Challenge, and I'm going to give everybody who posted their times in our thing a Simpit sticker pack and air freshener. So I'm going to have to contact these guys. Andrew Slissons posted a lap in that PAX challenge. This was a time trial challenge, meaning every lap it resets your tires, your fuel, all the conditions. So there's no advantage. Every lap is identical conditions. Just a lap to perfection, right? And I told you guys I was going to post my lap. And when I said earlier that I'm the 69 percentile, well, this is kind of what I'm talking about. So this was the Formula Wee at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Andrew Slissons ran a 1:42.599, putting himself at 36. Now, some of these have changed because people keep posting times. So you keep finding yourself dropping down the list. Anyway, David Blair ran a 1:45.922, putting him in 171st at the time. I want to point out, by the way, our buddy Elvis Rankin, at that point in time, had run a 1:41.502, which is ridiculous, putting him third. The top 30 are eligible to run in the final race worth some money. Not big money, but some good money. So Elvis, our very own Pitcrew member Elvis, is going to be in that. And I know one other guy who's going to, Terry Crouch, might, I don't know, he's really close. Brandon Waters posted a 1:44.202 for 114th place. And here is Terry Crouch with a 1:42.270 at the time. He is 37th, 90.9 percentile. Very well done. Sam Hinchy with a 1:44.974, putting him at 188th. Again, everybody who posted one of these times, I will contact you via that thread, and we'll get some addresses, and everybody gets stickers, and everyone. We're not going to do a drawing. Everyone wins. David Saratori. David Sarator. Is it Tor or Tori? David Sarator. With a 1:45.034, 198th place. And here's Amir Assad with a 1:43.538, putting him in 102nd. Sam, everyone gets seen. Kenneth, you're the star of the show. Kenneth Estep, 1:46.515, 235th place. Tom Dudek, 144, 313, 143rd. But you're being paid for it. I'm going to send you a sticker and an air freshener. Devin Booth with a 144, 519, 149th. Wayne Roberts, 144, 411, 131st. And where was mine? I didn't put mine. Where's mine? I posted one. You can get your own screen. I didn't get my own screenshot. Bear with me. I posted one. Where do I was right at... I don't remember where I was now. I'm going to have to scroll up quite a bit. Well, I hope you guys had all day. Where is mine? Here it is. Now, I did improve on this lap time since then, by the way. There we go. Shaun Cole, 144.228. Yeah, I dropped that down to a 143.3, 144.4. And I was right at the 100 mark. Oh, thank you, Devin. Yeah, I forgot to repost my better time. Anyway, everyone gets a sticker. Everyone gets a prize. And I want to thank you all for posting your times. So that takes me to the end of the show. That's really it. I want to promote tomorrow. Tomorrow, I don't know for sure. We're bouncing a few topic ideas. There's still time to get a better... Oh, I went on 143.451. Thank you very much, Amir. I was just playing around with the overpower rig, making sure I had it dialed in, and I figured that comparing it to what I had dialed in here, field of view wise, was going to be pretty, as soon as I got comfortable. So I wasn't really worried about a time. I was just using it as an identical condition. Tomorrow morning, 4 wide. We have a few topics in mind. If you want to suggest topics, we have a thread in our Discord channel. Give us ideas. We can always throw something in at the last minute. But tomorrow, you're going to have the likes of Amir Assad, Devin Booth, Dave, Danger Blair, and me talking about our the biggest topic that we can think of tomorrow in sim racing. So that's tomorrow morning. And then, like I said, unfortunately, I will not be able to make Sunday's race. I have a family obligation, so that's not going to do it. But anyway, I am going to just tell you like I always do. Get out there, do some sim racing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the show and making it fun to talk. I mean, we took that long rabbit hole diversion on Formula E or E Motorsport or sim racing, and it really stems from that changing the tide where we don't necessarily have to pay 7 figures to get a license in a game. Now it's more like, hey, what are you willing to pay to be in our game? Something along those lines. Anyway, get out there, do some sim racing, have yourselves a great weekend. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track. I did forget to mention one thing that I definitely wanted to talk about. Wreckfest. Wreckfest. Okay, so I've been paying for a Wreckfest server, and every time we go to use it, there's one hiccup, and it just costs us like an hour to get it all sorted and up and running. I really do want to play some Wreckfest, and I want to play it with a big group. I would really like to see a big turnout for tomorrow. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, that is immediately following 4 wide, we're going to play Wreckfest. Get in our Discord channel. Get over there. Be there tomorrow morning. Be there for 4 wide, and know that we're going to be on Discord. We're going to jump in the chat, and we are going to play Wreckfest to get out some aggression and give things a big mix-up. You never know who's going to be the big winner during Wreckfest, but come out and join us. It's always fun. We will make sure, I'm going to get in there early, make sure that the sim server is working and that we don't have any wasted time. Get right to the fun right at 11. So get in there, join us, and that'll be part of your great weekend. This is the Simpet. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.